Thank you very much. Thanks for being here, everybody. This is probably going to sound a little bit like an Academy Award acceptance speech. There are a lot of people to thank. As Susan mentioned, this has been an effort that has involved a lot of very smart and talented people. It's funny, the other day I was looking back through some of the early capital current planning documents, and I found one that was dated August 2015. So needless to say, this has been a long time coming. Many people were involved in that early planning. Randy Boswell, who's actually on sabbatical but is here over there. Mary McGuire, who can't be here today. Janice, Susan, of course, Christina, Roger beside me. We started with an ambitious plan to create a learning environment where students could further develop some of the skills, experience, and knowledge that will allow them to thrive in today's digital news and information environments. More than that, we actually wanted to create an important source of local news and information for the many Ottawa communities. Looking at the work the students have done this term, and judging by the impressive website traffic numbers that we looked at earlier, the engagement levels on different social media platforms, mission accomplished. So congratulations to all the students who have produced such fine work this term. But rest assured, we're not standing still. As Tina mentioned, we heard some great feedback from students this morning about how to make this workshop and the site even better, and we plan to continue doing that. Of course, there's a lot more to Capital Current than just this workshop. This site serves as a platform for the fine work that students are producing across our journalism program. So thanks in particular to Janice and Neil, who are here somewhere. Neil there, and Janice is here, whose third-year students have played an especially important role this year. Thanks also to Steve Zhang and Esther Mgodo, who are here. Steve and Esther is over there, who have been instrumental in helping to establish a workflow that allows the work of other students to be featured on the site. Those of us who've worked in large newsrooms know that often the biggest challenge is just managing the people and the flow of information. And we're off to a great start, so thank you. Far be it from me to thank you also to Susanna Mass and Zoe McKnight. Zoe can't be here today, but they have done a fabulous job in managing our social media outreach. As we saw this morning, a large portion of our traffic comes from different social media platforms. As we know, research suggests that people across Canada, North America, and elsewhere, of course, are increasingly finding out about news and information, events, and so forth in their communities through these different social media channels. And Susanna and Zoe have helped put Capital Current in the middle of some of the very important conversations happening right now in Ottawa. So congratulations and thank you. This workshop also featured a very unique component. 5 times each term, this past term and looking ahead to next term, Emily Kennedy, who is right here, brings in guests from different communities to talk about many different aspects of life for them. We call them our community panels. We've learned about some of the many challenges that women at risk of homelessness face in Ottawa, what it's like to be a refugee in Ottawa and to cover the immigrant and refugee communities, even what it's like to be a musician in Ottawa. This has been a real education for all of us, and I would want to thank Emily for putting together such important and interesting panels. So thank you. Among other things, I learned that I'm kind of glad I'm not a professional musician in Ottawa. I mean, notwithstanding the fact that I'm not nearly good enough. Thank you also to Peter Robb. Is Peter here? Peter is not here. But I want to say thank you to Peter. He has been the linchpin of our online news operation. Peter has successfully managed so many different aspects of our site, including the coordination of election night coverage, managing the site, and all aspects of our online coverage. This just wouldn't have been possible without him. So thank you very much to Peter as well. I also want to say that it's been a real pleasure for me to work with Christina Spencer this term. The insight, curiosity, and organization that she has brought to this course has made it better in more ways than I can begin to mention. So thank you. Um, this workshop and site also could not have happened without the support of Carleton University. Thank you to Jerry. Where did Jerry go? There he is. Thank you for your kind words, and especially thank you to our Dean, Andre Plourde. We're very grateful for the support that you have given us as we've overhauled our program, this site and workshop really just being one important but one part of that overall larger effort. And so we really appreciate the support of the university and of our faculty, and we appreciate also the importance that you attach to producing good journalism, especially at this particular unique and challenging time in our history. So thank you very much. As I mentioned, this site would not have happened without. There are a lot of people that this would not have happened without, and for no one is that more true than for Susan. It's hard enough to manage the rollout of a new news organization, but a news organization that's also a university course that combines undergrads and graduates. That's turning it up to 11. I think we can agree. And so, congratulations to Susan for making this happen. Finally, I want to say thank you to Roger. Roger has been our technology rock. We've leaned on Roger very heavily this year, needless to say. As always, Roger has been a pleasure to work with, even as we hit some technological bumps along the road, which, quite frankly, are inevitable. So thank you, Roger. And with that, I am actually going to hand it over to Roger.